Tommy Tallarico follows who? What?
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. That's right, the video game show that is not hosted by an annoying e-beggar. There is no Patreon, no super chats. That's right, we just talk about the games we love and how fun it is to hoard them. Collect them. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello humans, and welcome to the Amico countdown. Guys, there's only one thing that's still ringing, and that's the Kotaku article. You know, as I told you before, if the PR for the company was handled better, we wouldn't be in these kinds of situations, but we are where we are now. Let me say this. Many of the things that were pointed out by Kotaku are things that you've heard in YouTube and other, media outlets that have put that out there, Ars Technica, whatever. A lot of people have made the same critiques about the console and, the delays, Tommy's interactions in forums, so on and so forth. But this right here, this is different. This they went too far, in my point of view, and probably in maybe a lawyer's or two point of view.
Oh geez, what a shit show. Anyway, these are the problems, guys, when you don't hire a PR firm from the very get-go. A lot of things on this article are things that are rehashed, resaid, from other articles, Ars Technica, and things that have been said on YouTube. And I don't think it really gets into anything other than the ordinary until they go to Tommy Tallarico's odd behavior, which is their words that they're using. And I'll read the start of the article here and then towards the bottom where you guys can see it. A great example of Tommy Tallarico's odd behavior as CEO came after the Ars Technica report about the publicly achieved Amico dev portal that all the specs and info on it revealed. Tallarico, in response to the report, insulted the author of the article and threatened legal action in an odd and now deleted series of tweets that were saved by Game History org founder Frank Cifaldi. It was also dragged up during all this that Tommy follows many right-wing, I don't want to say the word, so I don't want to get the video banned, but you know what it says there. And then they put some examples. On the right hand side there you have the quartering. Now I make fun of the quartering for speaking slowly on his videos to make them longer in skits, but I haven't, I know he's anti-SJW, but I haven't seen anything to, at least that I've seen, that to back up that fact, other than he doesn't like the political leanings of the people that work at Kotaku. After that you have Dan Crenshaw. And who is Dan Crenshaw? It's simple. Daniel Reed Crenshaw is an American politician and former United States Navy SEAL officer serving as a United States representative for Texas 2nd Congressional District. Looks like he was injured in war. I don't know why you would call them that. I don't see anywhere where I could find evidence to what he's saying. Wow, he's a Navy SEAL and you're going to call him that? Well, that tells you why they're criticizing him, right? Number one. Number two, he's been injured in battle. So, Kotaku are SJWs. Let's just say what it is. You have a socialist agenda in this website that interjects politics into every video game, right? And I think that's what takes it over the line. Whether I agree with the politics or not of this gentleman, I don't find any, valid reason why anybody would call him that. And then you have Tommy Lauren. I can't say I'm a big fan, but again, I may not agree with her politics, but saying that about her would require some sort of smoking gun, some evidence, not just some random opinion. And by making these kind of claims, I feel that anybody would feel that they could take legal action. For example, Tommy could say, hey, you know what, this is going to affect my ability to do business. This hurts my company. And he might not be wrong. You know, if people are talking to lawyers right now, that would be, that would be pretty reasonable to assume, right? Because this right here, I believe, goes over the line of what should be talked about in an article regarding a video game console. I mean, it's just games, guys. Jeez. But Kotaku has driven themselves into the ground by just focusing on politics in any aspect of any video game. And they found blood in the water here. Again, it has to do with not having a professional PR firm to guide you through all these pitfalls. They would know these things ahead of time and would head them off at the pass. But it is what it is.
If any of the people here feel that they have been libeled, they're going to say something. Now, some of these people have a lot bigger pockets than Tommy. I don't see how Tommy does not demand a retraction, number one. Number two, if they don't, well, here's all the funding you need, because they're going to bury this magazine. The problem with interjecting politics into video games, guys, is just, it kills the reason why we play video games, right? We play video games in order to get away from this crap, from the fighting and this and that and the other. And a lot of modern video game journalism doesn't do that. They always talk about somebody's personal life or what their political leanings are or what they did 5 or 10, 20 years ago. And nobody really gives a shit in gaming, but they do. And they make an issue out of it because they need clicks like they did here. But sometimes you cross the line. Like in here, and I'm going to try to word it so this video doesn't get banned, right? They're basically saying here that Tommy is a fan of people who like bed sheets, right? And that is not something you would say if you don't have any evidence of it. And the evidence they presented on the picture only makes it worse, right? You may not like the people, right, that are on there. But to call them that, unless you have proof, is really going to come back to bite you. Especially because this is in Tommy's area of business. Now, I have been critical of Tommy's, performance as a CEO. But that's just his work. I don't care what he believes or what he votes. He could be, a right wing or a socialist or a Marxist. It would make no difference to me as long as he puts out the console in time. That's all I care about. And that's what anybody should care about. His personal life is his, and that's the way I see it. That's off limits to me, right? I can criticize his work performance. His private life is his private life, and nobody should be, criticizing him for it. Now, as a head of the company, and he's doing things publicly, and he's speaking for the company, absolutely, go for it. But what they've done here, right, and the reason people are calling it a hit piece is because of this particular section here and what they said. And these people either print a retraction. If they let it go, especially for Tommy, it might be one of the biggest mistakes he's going to make as head of the company, because you can't let this stand. Right now, if you search on Google, this story comes up. You do not want this as part of your company. You already have enough problems. Forget about local awards. The local award that they got from Orange County, look at who gave it to them. And I'm not saying it's a worthless award, but there's better awards out there. Look at the company they gave it to them. That is not going to clean up what they wrote here. You need to get rid of this. You can't have this stand, because if you do, down the line, this is going to come back to bite you in the ass if you don't fight it.
Now, make no mistake, this company is on its last legs, and they need the drama. They need the clicks. They need this, right? And to make these kind of claims, they knew exactly what they were doing, right? They had to be over the top in order to get traction. And they got it with this, but it's not something you can you can let go. I mean, I know you guys love drama. Most of the people watching this video love the shit show, the going back and forth and what have you. And I think there's enough on the plate to criticize the company for without making up shit and without going to the extreme where you're going to get sued. I can see people not liking Tommy Tallarico for 1 or 100 reasons. But that's far-fetched to say that he's this kind of person, right? Rarely do you see me defend the guy. All I'm saying is, listen, if you're going to make something like this, you better have proof, or your ass is going to get sued. And I hope they do sue them, just because it's going to give us more content and maybe give a win for the Intellivision company for once in a while, you know. But this is what happens when you don't have games to talk about. We should be talking about games. We should be talking about consoles. But since the management has been so terrible, this is the crap that has to make the update, because there's nothing else to talk about, unfortunately. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. New videos every weekend and whenever I feel like it. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Ring that bell.